Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral. Joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command. Today's video is going to be mainly about a little chat about Star Trek itself, the game in general, and the future of the game going forward. And I want your opinions, so please leave your opinions down below in the comments, and sort of let me know what you think regarding the game and the state of the game for the future. So yeah, as we move into the actual game, the usual applies. Hit that subscribe to support the channel, hit the like button, comment down below, make sure to watch this video until the end. They're the 4 predominant reasons to support the channel without paying a single penny. And yeah, that all directly supports me, as I'm currently in the moment trying to find a new buoy arm for my mic, so it will definitely help me go towards paying for that. So I can obviously talk to you in a much better way and a more comfortable way. So yeah, but moving into the actual video itself, what am I talking about? Where am I going with this? And how the game can potentially look into the future to resolve some of these problems. So let's see what we're talking about first. So what I'm talking about is the current state of the game is in a set of basically just constantly doing once a month, constantly doing these arcs that represent obviously certain parts of the franchise. At the moment, obviously, we're doing Strange New Worlds Part 1. Presumably, there's going to be a Part 2, maybe even a Part 3 to this. But at the moment, we're in Part 1. And we constantly just keep doing the same thing, arc after arc after arc, with no real difference in terms of rewards, no real difference in events themselves. There's no really generic events set for Strange New Worlds. The missions are really good, and they are very obviously direct and to the point with regards to Strange New Worlds at the moment. And or whatever arc that represents. The missions are generally quite tailored quite nicely. But everything else is literally the same old, so to say. And there's literally no mix-up of, like I say, anything, as I say, rewards or events that you have to complete the rewards for. For example, like Clear the Coast, or the ticket events, and things on the lines of that. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about where this game is and how it's sort of is going to perform going into the future. Obviously, this game now is, I believe, over 3 years old. So it's definitely obviously standing some form of test of time sort of element. But I'm curious to wonder how much longer that is going to be. Obviously, I don't have the analytics on in terms of how many new players are joining the game compared to how many people are leaving the game. Because obviously I'm not part of Scopely, so I don't know them answers. But talking to people and sort of having a look around, the game definitely seems to be slowing down overall. There's a lot of people that I've come across that have decided to go basically throw the towel in due to either bugs, or alternatively due to, time spent in game is taking over essentially their lives, which is always something that I try and avoid. And I try and help you guys out as much as possible with regards to time management with regards to this game, and certainly the events, because I know you don't want to be spending all day in the game. So how to resolve some of them problems? Reduce the events in terms of, don't reduce the amount of events, but reduce the points needed, say, for certain events, or alternatively, put the points higher. So as you're doing these eclipses, make it 2 points or something like that, reducing your time in game. Therefore, you can get in, do what you need to do, get out. People would actually enjoy that more. Or alternatively, you can make some of the events a little bit more accessible. I mean, there's this event. I didn't do it because I'm not willing to go all the way. I'd have got the first 2, which is fine, but that would have only got me a 1 million dilithium. Wasted 10 100% of these credits, because I definitely wouldn't have got to the highest levels because I don't spend a huge amount of time in game regarding that. So again, it's very high to do. I'm not saying make it easy. I'm certainly not saying that. But if it's just a run-of-the-mill tickets event, it shouldn't be difficult, and it shouldn't be like something where you have to spend, potentially, an hour in the game just to be able to finish it. I mean, we did a stream yesterday, and we managed to get to 200 million because that's we managed to get this done, which was basically, just under 200 million. Took me an hour just to do this. Granted, I was talking and stuff like that, but it still took me an hour. And, this event itself is 2.5, well, not quite 2.5, kind of is 2.5 times the size of that. So it would have spent basically 2 hours if I had streamed it, basically doing this event, which is just, in my opinion, just not very acceptable for a game, certainly a mobile game. If this was a PC game and it was just designated as a PC game, then I would definitely understand it because they want to draw you into the game and would make you play it. And it's on a PC, not a mobile phone game. No, that for me, that is way too long to be spending inside of a mobile phone game. I know they want to keep you in the game, and I understand that method. But for me, that draws people away, that puts people off, and it makes people not want to engage directly with, obviously, the content because they don't want to do it, essentially, because if they know it's going to take too long or it's boring, because there's nothing worse than going around hitting hostiles after half an hour and you're still nowhere near done, and you're constantly having to repetitively hit the same hostiles just to get an event done. So that's one thing they need to change. I definitely think they need to change the battle passes now. The battle passes need mixing up. The rewards need changing. Obviously, the materials, for example, like obviously the pastille, the trait and stuff like that, they need to be obviously updated to current day needs as all the servers are getting older. And at the end of the day, these are specific to your ops level anyway. And I believe they need updating now. Because I don't think this is enough for, I mean, I'm 39, level 39. And yeah, this is nowhere near enough. I've always said they need to be updating the free start uncommon problem. And I've been saying this for literally the last 2 years. Because it's been a problem for the last 2 years. So yeah, they need to start updating, rethinking how they're going to do this. And maybe coming up with something different with regards to the battle pass itself. The resources are fine, but having these sort of interlude sort of bits, some of them are kind of pointless. Some of them are okay. Some of them I definitely would say are good. For example, the Syndicate ones, really, really good. I enjoy them ones when they pop up. But some of them are just completely pointless. I mean, what's that going to get you? I mean, this is milestone 18, and this is going to get you a whole load of nothing. Great, thank you. Trait XP can come in handy, however. And again, these two, I mean, Mycelium's not very hard to get hold of, and Ultra Recruit tokens, again, very good thing, but not incredibly difficult to get hold of either. They've also veered away with this arc in particular. Last arc was a much better in terms of the way that they structured it, because last arc, you at least got one of the new officers for free by completing all 20 of the milestones. Granted, it wasn't the best of officers, but at least you got one for free. Whereas in this arc, you're not going to get him for free just by completing the milestones. You have to complete, obviously, all the other events and stuff like that. And I think that's wrong. I think you should get at least one of the new officers, and then you have to then work for the other ones. Because at the end of the day, this arc introduced 4 new officers into the game. So giving you one of them, I think, is a courtesy. And then the other 3 you have to definitely work for. And I think that's a very good structure to go off, because it allows people to obviously try and, complete the milestones to start with, which is what they want. They want people to be able to, engage every single day for the entire period of time for the arc is running. They also need to rethink what they're going to be doing in between arcs, because the usual keeps coming up, in terms of hostile hunts and Apex and to be quite frank, they're incredibly boring to do events. They need to rethink how to do them, what to do in the middle. Maybe come up with new alliance events, cross server events, which I know they spoke about a little bit, but that's when you should be doing that type of thing. Cross server events and things like that. They should be running like little tournaments or whatever it is for alliances. It should be all alliance based, in my opinion. But like cross server alliance stuff, cross server stuff. That's when they should be running them events in between all the arcs. There's about a week and a half normally between arcs, maybe 2 weeks at a push. You've got 2 weeks there to fill in, and we always end up doing the same boring things. All the mining missions, all the Apex stuff, all the different things, evolving around that essentially. And there's definitely ways that they can basically improve the game just by making it more competitive in terms of an alliance competitive level. Obviously, they've got the PvP aspect, but I don't think certain servers will enjoy that. I know my server in particular doesn't really get involved in it. I mean, you got a few people that definitely do, but overall they don't. So that wouldn't help my server out doing a PvP element of it. But it would definitely help out if we did an alliance event, which was some form of tournament against other servers. And that's when I believe they should run these events. But yeah, please let me know your thoughts down below about the current state of the game. If I'm honest, the trajectory of this game is not looking too great, in my opinion. I feel like if they carry on with what they've done this year, I think this game will probably only last maybe one more year at a push. And then people will start fading away from it. That's just my opinion, which is not obviously great because this is literally what my channel is built on. So I'd have to think of a new game. If you have any games in mind, let me know down below. But yeah, I feel like if they carry on the current sort of trajectory without changing anything up, they're definitely not going to be lasting much longer than, I would say, a year to 2 years. Which is obviously not great. We all want to be playing this game, or certainly a Star Trek game, and this seems to be the best way to do that at the moment. Certainly for mobiles. Obviously, there's other PC games out there as well that you can play for Star Trek, but certainly in mobile cases, this is obviously the best mobile Star Trek game out there at the moment. But yeah, please leave your thoughts down below what you think. How long do you think this game's going to last? What do you think they can do to improve it? Besides the bug fixes, obviously, I'm looking for more in-game sort of fixes that they can sort of help, players, alliances, cross-server things, events, whatever it might be. Please leave your thoughts down below and let me know what you're thinking. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below, as that 3 ways to support the channel in a massive, massive way. More than you think. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you over on Discord. Link is down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.